Hi, I'm Jan,
And I'm Jam,
and welcome
or welcome back to
to
our
our channel.
If you've been following along with our shorts, you know that we've been choosing one pattern randomly every week to crochet and donate to Warm Up America. Warm Up America is a nonprofit that provides hand crocheted and knitted items to folks in need. Anyone can donate, and you can find out more information about donating down in the description of this video.
We have crocheted a total of 10 items, 4 hats, and 6 scarves. We gathered up some patterns we wanted to try, and each week we pulled a number out of a jar to determine which piece we would make that week. Then we each made one of whatever pattern corresponded to that number. It was pretty fun to choose the patterns in this sort of gamified way. Week one's project was the Granny Stitch Striped Scarf. This pattern is from hookedonhomemadehappiness.com, which we will link in the description below.
So for my scarf, I used Red Heart Super Saver yarn in this color, which is called Light Jasmine, but to me, it looks like periwinkle. Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you think this is periwinkle or do you consider it more of a light jasmine? Because to me, light jasmine gives purple and this is periwinkle, but let me know what you all think. It's really pretty, and you'll see later in the video that there is another piece that I also made with the same yarn, so they match. We ended up using medium weight acrylic yarn for all of these projects.
Jimmy, I think that periwinkle is very pretty. For my scarf, I used a combination of colors. I used the Mainstay yarn, which is a Walmart brand yarn, in the color Blue Blend, and I added in some white to accentuate the blue and the black.
Yeah, I really love that blue blend. It's just really nice with the black and the blue and the white. Like describing it, it doesn't sound that nice, but as you can see, it looks really, really nice. And then adding the white in there, I think that was a good choice. So both of the scarves came out really cute, especially with the tassels at the end, which were really easy to add, and they gave the scarf a nice flare. So week one was a success.
Week two's project was the corner to corner scarf. We followed the video tutorial from Jada in Stitches. This pattern calls for self-striping yarn, and the stripes come out looking really nice.
For my scarf, I used Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo Stripe yarn, and the color is Sutherland Stripe. And I must say, I am obsessed with this color combination, and I'm definitely going to be making more projects using this yarn.
I always love a good corner to corner project, so this scarf was a lot of fun for me to make. I forgot to write down the name of the yarn that I used, but it should be in the description below. I love the way that the different shades of green play together in this one.
Yeah, I think those greens are very calming. They give a very soothing vibe. I love it. So for me, this was my first time making a corner to corner scarf, and it's definitely different than anything I've made before. The beginning is a little bit confusing, but once you get going, it's not hard at all, and I'll definitely be trying more corner to corner projects.
Our week 3 project was the Drunken Granny Scarf. We followed the video tutorial from the Secret Yarnery. This pattern is one of our favorites, and the tutorial actually mentions that you can use any yarn and the corresponding hook size to make this scarf.
So for my scarf, I used this baby pink yarn that we got from Walmart on sale. It actually did not have the original label on it when I bought it, only the clearance label. So I'm not actually too sure what the brand or the actual color name is, but I think they've been selling the same pink for a long time. So you should be able to find it at your local Walmart if you like pink. Drunken Granny is a really fun pattern, so I enjoyed making the scarf.
I made my scarf with the Michaels Loops and Threads yarn in the color coffee. The Drunken Granny stitch always brings a smile because of the name, and it's a lot of fun to make.
Definitely one of the most interesting crochet stitch names out there. Let us know in the comments if you've made anything with Drunken Granny Stitch before.
Week 4's project was the Basic Blue Beanie. We followed the video tutorial from Bag O' Day Crochet.
I made my scarf with this pretty blue yarn. I think that it is loops and threads as well.
I used the same blue blend yarn that I used for the granny striped scarf for this hat as well. This one was pretty simple as it uses all half double crochet throughout.
However, as a former Magic Circle hater, I must warn you that this pattern does call for one, as a lot of beanies pretty much every beanie that's made in the round is going to call for one. But in a pinch, this is what I used to do. You could just chain 4, slip stitch, and just sew that hole up later. The edging is also very pretty on this hat. It's reverse single crochet. That stitch was rough because I have done it before, but I forgot how to do it. And I just couldn't seem to get it right when watching tutorials. And then suddenly it just clicked again. So I hope that doesn't happen again the next time I try this stitch.
Yeah, Jemmy, that stitch definitely can make your head spin a little bit because it's done kind of backwards.
Yeah, it's very counterintuitive. Yeah.
Finally, week 5's project was the cat beanie, also known as the sack hat. We followed the video tutorial from Viv Crochets.
For my cat hat, I used the Periwinkle Red Heart yarn again. This pattern holds a special place in my heart because it was like the second pattern I ever made when I first started actually making things with crochet. I'll insert a picture of the first cat beanie I made. Don't judge how it looks. And I actually did use that same baby pink yarn that I mentioned earlier for that project. So, needless to say, I do love this pattern.
That was a big deal for you back then.
Yes, it was.
I used the Red Heart Super Saver in the color Aran for my hat. This pattern is so simple, and it was the perfect project for the last item to be made in this project. All in all, it was just a rectangle made with half double crochet that you stitch together.
We are now all ready to ship these off to Warm Up America. If you want to donate to Warm Up America, please visit their website. The link will be in the description. There are a few different ways to support them, including donating money, donating your handmade items like blankets, hats, scarves, gloves, mittens, or baby clothing, or you can knit or crochet a 7-inch by 9-inch section and send it to them, and those pieces will be stitched together to make blankets.
We hope you get inspired to do some projects for good of your own. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe for more crafty content. Bye.